Let's talk about something that's on pretty much everyone's mind in the UK right now. Those frankly eye-watering energy bills. But what if I told you that you could make a real, serious dent in your costs, and often without even sacrificing your comfort? Well, we're going to dive into some seriously powerful ways you can start saving both energy and your hard-earned money.
I mean, for most of us, the answer to this is a massive yes, right? That constant pressure is exactly why we're here, to find the simple little changes that can make a huge difference. And it all starts with one very specific number.
So let's just put this number out there, 100 pounds. What if I told you that this amount, or maybe even more, could be right back in your pocket every single year from one tiny, almost effortless change?
And there you have it. That's not just a number I pulled out of thin air. According to the Energy Saving Trust, just dropping your thermostat by a single degree can save the average household about 100 quid a year. It's the perfect proof that these small actions can lead to some seriously big results.
Okay, with that in mind, let's start with the absolute basics, the bedrock of saving energy. Think of these as the non-negotiables, the easy wins that everyone can do to get their home's efficiency in shape. Ever stop and wonder where all that expensive heat you're paying for actually goes? Well, it's pretty shocking. About a third of it just vanishes right through your walls, and another quarter disappears straight through the roof. So our first big battle is just keeping that precious warmth right where we want it, inside.
I love this quote because it just sums it up perfectly. You wouldn't step outside in the middle of a British winter without a coat on, so why would you let your house? Proper insulation is obviously key, but there are also some incredibly simple things you can do about heat loss right now.
Which brings us to draft proofing. Honestly, this is one of the cheapest and most effective ways to get started. You can just grab some of that self-adhesive foam strip from any DIY shop, stick it around your window and door frames, and bam, you've sealed up those sneaky gaps. And don't forget the little things like covers for letterboxes and keyholes. Every tiny draft adds up.
All right, next up, the hidden energy hog that is heating water. You can slash this by trying out the 4-minute shower challenge. Sounds tough, but you can do it. Or when you're making a cuppa, just boil the water you actually need, and definitely wash your clothes at 30 degrees. Modern detergents are amazing. They really don't need the extra heat.
Now let's talk about something a bit spooky, vampire energy. This is the power that your TV, your games console, your chargers, they're all sucking up power even when they look like they're off. It might seem small, but it all adds up. The fix? It's simple. Just switch things off at the wall.
Over in the kitchen, it's all about cooking smarter, not harder. Look, your big traditional oven is great for a Sunday roast, but for everyday smaller meals, an air fryer or a microwave is your new best friend. Seriously, they can cook way faster and use up to 50% less energy. It's a no-brainer.
Okay, so you've got the essentials covered. Ready to level up? We're now moving into the advanced plays. These are the clever, often overlooked tricks that can really push your savings to the next level.
Now this one is a potential game changer. Most of us are on a standard tariff, right? We pay the same price for electricity all day long. But these time-of-use tariffs offer a much smarter way. They give you way cheaper electricity, sometimes up to 50% off, during off-peak hours, which is usually overnight.
So, this opens up a massive opportunity. If you can set your washing machine, your dishwasher, or even charge an electric car overnight, the savings can be huge. Just shifting one of those big energy-sucking tasks could save you 20 to 30 quid a year. Easy.
Okay, now for a tip that I promise you most people have never even heard of, but it's incredibly powerful, especially if you've got a modern combi boiler. It's called the boiler flow temperature hack, and it could save you a really significant chunk of your gas bill.
So here's how it works. The flow temperature is just how hot the water is when it leaves your boiler to go to your radiators. A lot of them are set by default to a blistering 80 degrees. But here's the secret. Modern boilers are actually most efficient when they're running around 60 degrees. Running it lower lets the boiler work smarter, not harder, and that saves you gas. Now hold on, a really important note on this one. Before you even think about touching anything, please check your boiler's manual. It's usually a simple adjustment on a dial, but if you have any doubt at all, get a qualified engineer to look at it. Safety first, always.
Here's a trick that costs absolutely nothing. Zero. Think of the sun as your own personal, free heater. During the day, get those curtains wide open. Let all that natural warmth just pour in. Then, as soon as it starts to get dark, shut them. That traps all that free heat inside for the evening. Simple.
And let's talk about the big one, The tumble dryer. That thing is an absolute energy monster. The best alternative, of course, is a good old-fashioned washing line. But for those rainy British days, an indoor air combined with a dehumidifier is a fantastic option. A dehumidifier uses so much less energy than a dryer to pull all that moisture out of your clothes and the air.
So there you go, a whole toolbox of ways you can cut your energy use. But you know, having the knowledge is one thing. The most important part is turning it into a real plan of action.
Let's just quickly run through some of the biggest hitters again. Just turning down that thermostat, that's about 100 pounds. Tweaking your boiler, that could be another 50 to 100. Even just shifting one appliance to run at night adds up. You can see how each of these actions brings real, tangible savings.
The key thing to remember is not to feel overwhelmed by all this. You really don't have to do everything all at once. Just pick one or two of these tips that sound doable for you, turn them into a habit, and then build from there. Every single change, no matter how small it feels, really does add up.
So, I'll leave you with this question. After hearing all of this, what's the very first simple change you are going to make today to start slashing that energy bill? Thanks for joining me. Stay savvy.